Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize. I have not been here for a couple days. Well, I have not been posting so much the last couple days because I have been sick. I still have a bit of a cold. You'll probably hear it. But I have a message today that I need to get out. Well, first I have to preface this reading by well, I'm just going to tell you something about myself because it's going to be relevant in a second, okay? So I don't consider myself to be a medium because I do tarot, right? I consider myself to be a medium because I didn't choose it. I didn't choose it. I've had supernatural things happen all of my life, and I've had many encounters with different spirits where they've just been around and I felt them, okay? And I've had a couple experiences where I knew that they were trying to like get my attention, or they were trying to let me know that they're there, and I've felt all different kinds. So I've had experiences with spirits where I know that they're just part of the house because maybe something happened to them in the house, okay? I felt really evil spirits also in specific houses, right? So yeah, it has a lot to do with like location most of the time, depending on what kind of a spirit is trapped there or why they're there. But I can feel if they're good, if they're bad, if they're just around, what they want, if they're if they just want to get your attention, or if they want to tell you like what happened to them. Like I've had really weird things happen too, like hearing voices, okay, where you actually think someone is in the house, right? They like to play with electronics because electronics are energy. So I've had experiences as a medium for all of my life. So I didn't pick up tarot and say I am a spiritualist, but actually this is just something that I found that helps communicate with the other side, okay? Because it's always just been there. I always have a lot of, noises around the house. And I can tell immediately if something is like off, or if something is, I don't know how to, whatever, guys. I'm a little sick still, so I just had to preface that because I have a spirit that is visiting me. Okay. This spirit came to me the day before yesterday, and this spirit does not belong to the house. I've never had this spirit around, okay? I know the spirits that are around me, and they don't try to get my attention like that because I know that they're there and they just communicate when they need to. But this spirit was like, it scared the shit out of me, okay? It scared the shit out of me. I saw it in my peripheral vision, like move really quick, and I was like, what was that? And that happened twice. And it was trying to scare me. Now this spirit is like a masculine energy, and he's not scary. Like he's not a bad spirit, but he's like, he gives off nervous energy, like head down, like head down, like I need to talk to you, like that kind of energy. And this one I've never met. I don't know this spirit. But he scared me twice. And then the day before yesterday, he was like waiting in my bedroom. I could feel his energy in my bedroom. I had to tell him that he has to come in this room and wait for me to talk, because he can't just scare me like that and then, stand around and wait. He needs to wait for me. So yesterday I couldn't do this conversation because I was really sick. But this spirit is here, and I don't know who this spirit belongs to. I don't know why he wants to talk, why he's trying to get my attention like this. But I don't know, I feel like it has I'm supposed to be posting it. So maybe this has something to do with one of you guys. I don't know. Okay, I don't know who the spirit is. But it's like he wants to get his message out. I can feel like he wants to talk. Right. So if you guys are interested in hearing about all the stories that I have, you can put it in the comments. Maybe I'll make a video one day where I talk about all of the experiences I've had for like, but this kind of a situation where a spirit is really trying to get my attention and actually scares me. I haven't had that happen to me in like 10 years. I mean, like, okay, I've had like, you know, the really dark, nasty, evil energies. Yes, those have happened, and I've had one of those like about 5 years ago, okay? But I'm talking about like the good, the good energy. This is not an evil spirit. This is not a bad one. This is just someone that wants to talk, okay? I haven't had one of those in like 10 years where it's like they're trying to get your attention, right? So that's why I'm here today. I promised this energy that I was going to talk to them. So, well, he wants to talk. I don't know what he wants to talk about. It's a man, though. It's a man. It's a very tall man, and he's very wide. He's tall and he's wide, and he has short hair. And his hair is a bit like dirty blonde. His energy is very like is very nervous. Well, it's just a bit more like shy. Like he's the kind of energy that likes to avoid eye contact, okay? So what do you want to talk about? Why are you here? What do you want to talk about? Why is this energy here? Who are you? And what do you want to talk about? So let's see, guys. What's going on? What is going on? The Seven of Wands in reverse and the Devil. The Devil. The Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. It's like, I come in peace. I come in peace. But why is the Devil here? Seven of Wands in reverse. What is this, like a warning? Huh, that's weird. Why is the Devil here? Because this energy does not feel evil. He doesn't feel like a trickster energy either, guys. I'm telling you, I would feel it. I have felt some evil spirits. I have felt them. I've also been able to get them out of my house successfully. What is this? I mean, do you want me to talk about it? I wasn't going to talk about all that. But why is the Seven of Wands in reverse? It's like not being able to defend yourself, not being able to protect yourself. For some reason, I'm being called, I can feel it, okay? So, because it's giving me this, like the Ace of Cups for some reason. Okay, so I had a spirit in my house one time, right? Well, it was in a specific apartment. It was in a specific apartment. And this apartment was very old. It was like built in the 1920s or something like that. It was very old. And I lived on the very top floor, and in the top floor, it used to be like the maid's quarters, okay? Because it had, in the middle of the hallway, it had like a small tiny bathroom that nobody used because it was creepy as hell. Like it was very, very creepy, okay? Even being in that, I never went in there because it was so creepy. And all on the top floor, it was only like single bedroom units that were then converted to like storage spaces for the other apartments, because that used to be the maid's quarters up there. And something happened in that house. Like there was especially in the hallway. Like, it wasn't in my apartment, but there was something that happened in that maid's quarters. And there was like a very dark spirit that was there. And I don't know what summoned it. I can't tell you, but it was very evil spirit. It did not feel like a murdered spirit, because I've also had one of those in an old house where I could tell this was a feminine energy that had something had happened to them, and they were like trying to tell their story, okay? But that was not like that. This was actually like a very dark demonic spirit. It was like, it felt like a demon. It was very dark, okay? And this thing was coming into a specific room in my apartment. Only one room, but it was like, you know, like turning electronics on, like making noises in the night. It was very creepy. You could just feel it. So the way that I got it out was, there's a stone called a fairy stone. It's like a certain kind of a crystal. And it has like this, or a fairy cross. It's a fairy cross, that's what it's called. And it has like this metallic cross in the middle, right? So I put this fairy cross in that room, and then I did somewhat of like an expulsion. So what's important is that you put the windows open and you have to sage it out, right? And then you there's different ways of doing that. If you're interested in that, then I can go deeper into that in a different reading. But basically you cast the spirit out, okay? And I had this fairy cross laying in there. So after that day, it went away. The spirit went away. But the thing was, that fairy cross crystal, it held the densest, most darkest energy. I couldn't even touch it anymore. Like, I'm not even kidding. If that fairy cross was laying around, I felt like this dense energy, like it creeped me out. It made me very uneasy, having this crystal around me. Like, I have a whole box of crystals and I could not even put this in that box anymore. It was like, it felt like the spirit was trapped in the fairy cross. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but it felt like very dark. Okay, so I actually had to take that fairy cross and I buried it somewhere out, because you're supposed to, put it back into the nature. You give it back to the nature. So I also didn't want anybody else coming in contact with that fairy cross, just in case there was something in it. Like, it felt like it had become a cursed object ever since that expulsion and that casting that I did, right? So I ended up burying that fairy cross away, and I never had a bad spirit in that apartment again. It was gone. It was literally cast out. Something was in this fairy cross that I had put in that room, which is to protect against spirits. So it felt like it went into there. I don't know. But I had to get rid of that crystal. I had to. And this is what it feels like. Like, look at this. I just got this off of this. Like, the devil and the cup. It's really giving me like what happened to that crystal. Okay. Oops. So what's the Seven of Wands in reverse? The Fool. The Seven of Cups in reverse. So something is being seen clearly about the High Priestess in reverse. A High Priestess in reverse. Somebody can't defend themselves, or something can't be fought back, or something can't be defended. A High Priestess in reverse. A Dark High Priestess? Okay. What's the Devil? The King of Wands in reverse. There's a King of Wands in reverse who's a devil. Okay, so maybe this thing with this fairy cross spirit that's coming up, maybe, I don't know if one of you guys, and you're gonna feel it in a very, if you have a dark spirit in the house, you're typically not, and this is just from my personal experience, okay? dealing with the spirits, right? You're typically not going to feel them in every area of the house. It's going to be one specific area that you go in and it's just going to feel different. It's just going to feel weird. You're just going to feel something there, like just there, right? So it might not be every room. It'll be one room, and maybe even in the room itself, it won't be every corner of the room. It'll be one specific spot, one specific corner. I don't know if one of you guys feels like there's something in the house. Maybe that's why this is coming up like this, or why I'm being called to share all this stuff. I don't know if this, whoever the spirit is that's coming to talk to me, they want one of you guys to know. I don't know if this is like a passed over ancestor of one of yours. You'll know maybe from the description. Like I said, it's like a very tall masculine energy, very wide, dirty blonde hair, short hair, okay, jawline, very square face kind of a thing, and he avoids eye contact. He doesn't really look, he like kind of looks down a lot. So maybe you feel like somebody conjured this spirit. I don't know. A King of Wands in reverse here with the devil. Okay. Ace of Swords. This is the truth about this spirit. I don't, like, maybe you felt like someone sent the spirit to you. I don't know. And also with that, there's ways of getting it out of the house and keeping it out of the house. I know a lot of ways how to do that as well. Because I've had experience, because I've had to do it myself. You know what I mean? Okay. The Six of Swords. The truth about leaving something behind, leaving somewhere, wanting to move on to peace, having clarity, moving on to peace. Something demonic, okay? Something very demonic. Like maybe you feel like there's a certain person in your life that works with like demons. Okay, I don't know. It could be a King of Wands in reverse. Maybe you feel like this person works with certain demons and sends them to people. Maybe you felt like someone tries to send them to you, okay? Like for me, I know that my house is protected because I feel it in the energy, okay? And one time I knew that someone had tried to send me a spirit, like an evil spirit, because I had this really weird dream. I had this really scary dream. And in the dream, all of my, well, see, you don't have these things in the States, but here in Germany, we have these blinds that go down where you can't, like, you put them down. It's like, you know, the blinds. I don't know what they're called in American, but in my dream, I had them all down and it was snow. And then in the middle of the night, this big hermit-looking creature, this big man tried breaking into my blinds. He tried to like try to get into my house, try to break into my house, try to get in the blinds. And in my dream, I woke up, okay? In my dream, I woke up and it was snowing outside. And in my dream, I looked outside and there were snow prints, like footprints all around the house in the snow, with the blinds being like sideways, where I know somebody tried to break into my house, but not like my actual literal house. For me, it was very clear that it was somebody had tried to send some sort of a spirit to my house and it got blocked. In my dream, I was just being shown like warning, like you need to reinforce the barriers around the house because somebody is trying to break through the barrier, right? So people can send things to your house. If you don't protect your house, they can. And they try to. So I don't know if there's a King of Wands in reverse here that tried sending you some sort of demons or dark energy, okay? Huh, right. High Priestess in reverse. This is some serious dark magic. just waiting for the Magician to come out. Then I know what's going on here. Okay, what's the Ace of Cups? The Wheel of Fortune. The Four of Wands. Wow, this has something to do with your home. Someone's house. This has to do with the home, the house, the Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Cups. This has to do with the house, the home of a Queen of Cups. Okay, so maybe there was a dark spirit somewhere in the home of a Queen of Cups. Or in the apartment complex of a Queen of Cups, there was a dark, evil spirit, okay? I don't know. What's the Page of Swords? The Queen of Wands in reverse. The Four of Cups. This has to do with someone feeling rejected. And the Six of Cups. Something about the past, feeling rejected, feeling dissatisfied, discontent in the past. Okay. Let's see. What's the Seven of Wands reverse? Something about not being able to defend yourself. The Tower in reverse. Trying to avoid a catastrophe, trying to stop the inevitable. A Tower of Lies. Somebody doesn't want their Tower of Lies to come crumbling down. A Tower of Lies. The Moon. The Nine of Swords. Somebody's worried, someone's stressed out. Somebody doesn't want their Tower of Lies to come crumbling down. The Knight of Wands. Taking some sort of action, worried, stressed. What is this? The Nine of Cups. Wanting to move on to peace, wanting to move on to happiness. The Ten of Cups. This has to do with family. Again, like the King of Cups. And the World. The Knight of Cups. Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is this about. Is this about like an offering? Is the Ace of Cups about an offering? Is it about an offering? It is. Coffee cup. It's about food. Why do I feel like this is about using food in some sort of a practice? Like, because I've been getting a lot about like witchcraft the last couple days, right? So this is giving me using some sort of food or drink in a ritual, possibly. And it's just nice. It's just a nice thing to do. Because look, if you're asking spirits for help, if you're asking your ancestors or the spirit world for help, it's kind of like you're inviting them over for coffee, okay? You're inviting them over to, you know, you don't want to just ask them, can you help protect me? It's like you're just doing something nice for them. And usually they will tell you what they want, right? You just have to listen. And sometimes it can be the weirdest things. Just go with it, okay? They tell you what they want, and you're like, okay, fine. If that's what you want, go with it. Right? It's just something nice to do. I don't know. Looking at your photos in reverse, missing you, nostalgia in reverse, screenshots, photographs in reverse. Relationship is not evolving to the next phase. What do you want me to talk about here? Because right now I'm not quite sure if Spirit wants me to like, or whoever the Spirit is, if they want me to give you certain advice on how to deal with this stuff, or if I'm just supposed to be reading a certain message. The Six of Pentacles, it's about giving and receiving, giving something, being generous. Okay, so what? Giving some sort of advice. The Empress, the Ace of Coins, the Moon. This has to do with a certain offering that was given under the moon. This has to do with giving a certain offering, or it could even be like food or giving something tangible under the moonlight, like during a ritual. Or is this the fairy cross? I don't know. This could be that fairy cross as well, right? It is round. Okay. That's the message. The Hermit. This message is about a choice that was made, or what to do. What to do about, why do I feel like the Hermit is a spirit? Like asking a spirit about what to do, or whatever you do, or whatever you did, it was because a spirit asked you to do that, or you just felt like that's what you need to do. That's what you're being asked to do. You just follow the intuition, like you just follow the instructions. You just follow the instructions. Look, if you're, okay, so if you practice witchcraft, now again, there's going to be a lot of you guys that are like, I would never do that. I would never touch that. Okay, fine. You don't have to, okay? But if you're practicing and it's something that's just within you, like you just know that it's within you because it's like a soul blueprint, you don't have to find a book. You don't have to research it online or find a book of how to do it. All you do is just listen, okay? Something will tell you what you need to do, how you need to do it, what crystals to use, what herbs to use, what kind of a food offering they want, right? It's like, and that's food. It's not like that's not a sacrifice, okay? Giving food to the spirits is not a sacrifice. It's just an offering. It's kind of like inviting a friend over and saying, hey, you want a piece of cake? Like, but the spirits, you can give them a piece of cake, but if they say, I want an egg, then it's like, fine, I'll give you an egg, okay? That's what you want, I'll give you one. That's not a sacrifice, that's just an offering, okay? And that's what this could be, the Six of Pentacles, like you giving an offering. The spirits will tell you what they want. They'll tell you, okay, open your fridge, and you'll just feel drawn to what they want. It's like, I want that, I want that. It's like, okay, fine. It's like calling up a friend and saying like, okay, I'm going to order pizza. What kind of pizza do you want? It's really that simple. You don't have to think too much into it. If you're connected to the spirits, they'll tell you what they want. It's not a sacrifice. It's just an offering because you're there as like friends, okay? You're asking them for help, so they just want something from you. They just want, it's like generosity. It's like you're just showing them a level of care and hospitality. That's what it is. It's hospitality, okay? Right, okay, so what else? Yeah, meeting and conversing with a friend, coffee cup. That's literally what something is. It's just hospitality. It's not a sacrifice. Okay? Like, putting some grapes in a bowl is not a sacrifice. I don't know if that's something I need to explain to someone here, but okay. Okay, what else? The Queen of Cups. The Chariot in reverse. the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun. This has something to do with, so a Queen of Pentacles in reverse is now being exposed. This person can't move forward with something here now when it comes to a Queen of Cups. The Empress, something about a home. Something about a home. Now, this could be a specific home, like, again, this home situation is giving me like what I was telling you guys about, where like there's certain spirits that are tied to certain homes. Okay, so like I said, you could have lived in a house where there was some really dark negative energy. And like I said, that doesn't always necessarily have to do with someone sending it to you. Like that could just be a part of the house because something happened there like a long time ago. Or this has to do with the house of a mother, the house of a Queen of Cups, someone's mother, maybe when you lived with your mother, or when you lived at a house where a mother was present, like maybe there was some really weird, nasty, demonic energy going on there. Now that doesn't have to do with the Queen of Cups. It could have something to do with this King of Wands in reverse who's coming out as the demon, okay? Or maybe it's someone that works with demons, right? Why is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse here? Why is she being exposed? Because this has to do with a lot of money, the Ten of Pentacles, or it has something to do with ancestry. Again, with some sort of family legacy, some sort of family tree, some sort of family legacy. Ancestry is what I'm getting with the Ten of Pentacles. Like this could be something in someone's family line. I keep getting that. Now you don't have, like, just take it how it resonates. For me, I know it's in my family line. I know it's on both sides of my family that I had not necessarily witches, but definitely people that are very into the occult, or very into not the evil occult. I'm talking about just the esoteric knowledge. And also I have a line of mediums on my mom's side as well. So something about ancestry. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Temperance. Is someone claiming that... Look at this. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles and the Temperance. That for me is a connection to spirit that goes down the family line. It's ancestry. It's generations. Generations of mediums. Generations of being connected to spirit. Being connected to the divine. Being connected to the spiritual world. Okay? Like, I don't know. Take it how you want it. But for me, I know on my dad's side, I had multiple 33-degree Freemasons on that side. So those are also men with high honors that were very into like the esoteric. Okay, so why are they saying that you're lying about this? Queen of Swords in reverse. It's giving me like someone is either lying about you. It's like they're trying to say, no, you don't have that in your family. You're not connected to that. You're not real. That's not really who you are. That's not really your ancestry. That's not really where you come from. Okay, somebody could be criticizing this. Or the Eight of Pentacles. What is that? Mastery. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastery. So someone, okay, so I just mentioned that that there's men in my father's side that are 33-degree Masons. This could be in your family line as well. Someone saying, oh, that's not true. How you know? Okay, maybe you're not looking with the right last name. You realize people change their last names. Okay. Somebody could be saying, no, that's not true. You don't have that. You don't really have that in your line. Okay, well, how are you looking? I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun, flirting, want a date. The Runner. Someone that's listening to their ego. Someone that is listening to their ego. What is this? The Two of Wands in reverse. Something about making the wrong choice, making a bad choice. The Knight of Cups. Something about this offering. I feel like this Knight of Cups is something about an offering. Like if you have an altar where you just put like a glass, like, you know what? Okay, so here's a little history lesson, right? What do you think it is when on Christmas we put out a glass of milk for Santa Claus? What do you think that is? And cookies. You know that Santa Claus is from pagan belief, right? So what are we doing when we're putting out a glass of milk and cookies for Santa Claus and his reindeers? What do you think that is? It's an imaginary person that we're being hospitable to. That's an offering. You're offering something to Santa Claus, thinking that he's going to enjoy it, and it's a thank to Santa Claus for bringing the presents, right? Right. What do we do with some kids for like the Easter Bunny? You put out carrots for the Easter Bunny. Where do you think the Easter Bunny comes from? It doesn't come from the Catholic Church, I can tell you that. So what is this with putting out an offering here? Okay, so maybe someone here needs to put out an offering for their ancestors, or just put out something to eat. They like it. It's a thing. It's about hospitality. It's nothing about, and you want to know the weird thing? Okay, so this spirit that scared the shit out of me, the first time I saw him was when I was in my kitchen. How interesting, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so something about the kitchen, maybe. Something about food. Yeah. So, what's wrong with it? I don't know. It's not a sacrifice. It's just like giving Santa some cookies and milk. Right? So what's the Seven of Cups in reverse? Strength and the Knight of Swords. So now something is being seen clearly. There's no confusion here when it comes to some sort of communication, some sort of information. That's the message. Some sort of message, some sort of communication. Some sort of message, some sort of communication is now being seen clearly. What do you mean? Unconditional, giving and receiving affection. No, this is about giving something, receiving something. Giving and receiving, it's about some sort of an offering. This has something to do with giving and offering so that you can receive. It's just an equal give and take. You're giving to someone, is generosity. You're giving to receive, and it's not anything, but this is not evil, if you get what I'm saying. This is not like that's where people have to understand like the levels of ritualistic magic, okay? Because this is not the same. Like if you go out into the forest and you listen to your intuition, or you listen to the spirit that, you know that later on you're going to do your prayer or whatever, and you're out and they're saying like, I want you to take this flower and I want you to take 3 of them. I want you to take this acorn and I want you to take 4 of them. And you just do that. That is not the same. If you put that on an altar, that is not the same as a sacrifice. Okay? Why do I feel like something here needs to be differentiated? That is not the same as a sacrifice. One thing is like green witch, okay, herbal magic. The other thing is dark and demonic. That is not the same. Why is this being confused? Why is this being confused? It's like, okay, I don't even know why I need to explain this. I don't think this is about you. It's like someone could have caught wind of you giving an offering to your ancestors or giving an offering to a spirit, but it's just an offering. It's literally like I just said with Santa Claus, putting out a glass of milk. Okay, it's not the same thing as look at like what Satanists do. It's a whole different vibe, okay? It's not the same thing at all. What's the High Priestess reverse? Like, what the fuck? What am I reading again? I don't even know why I have to read this stuff, because to me it's so ignorant. Like, whoever this person is, again, it's that judgmental energy of someone that is so ignorant. Somebody that is hearing through the grapevine that you did a ritual where you put some, I don't know, you put an egg in a bowl, and they're like, oh my God, it's a sacrifice. It's a demonic ritual sacrifice. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? That is so stupid. What's the High Priestess reverse? The King of Pentacles, okay? The Three of Swords in reverse. This has nothing to do with harming someone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This had nothing to do with harming someone. Okay, so what I'm getting here, the Lovers. Let's say, okay, hold on. Okay, so I had to ask really quick, does Spirit want me to talk about this specific thing, okay? And I got the Moon in Judgment. So, okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about a ritual that I've done, right? I've never been this open about this, but now I've told you a bit about myself, right? So I have practiced white magic, okay? I want to make that very clear. And it's, like I said in my other video, it's all about intention, right? Intention is key, okay? So for me, this was at a time where I felt like there was a lot of people around me that were being extremely deceptive and lying, okay? Like, there was a lot of lies, there was a lot of illusions, there was a lot of deception, people being very, conniving, acting in the shadows, okay? Being just liars and manipulators, okay? Now, what I did is I built out of wood, out of like wooden sticks, okay? Like, what were they, like the skewer sticks? I built myself a tower, okay? And I like glued it together, right? So it was like a tower. And for me, this wooden thing symbolized the Tower of Lies. For me, it was a house that was built on lies and deception, okay? I built it myself with my own hands out of like elementals. So for me, this house was a tower of lies. It was a tower of deception, a tower of illusions, okay? So with me, the ritual of destroying this tower had nothing to do with destroying the people. It was about destroying the illusions, destroying the lies, destroying the deception, destroying the tower of manipulation that these people had built. Okay, so again, what is the difference between white magic and black magic? Right? To some sort of an outsider's perspective, what could you think that is if you don't know what I did, if you don't know what that was, if you don't know what the intention was or what I prayed for? Okay, it looks like a tower that's crumbled down, okay, but like the intention behind it is a tower of lies, a tower of deception, manipulation, of people's lives being ruined through lies, manipulation, deception, conniving, manipulative behavior, okay? So my intention was a good intention. I just wanted it to stop. Like these lies, this gossip, this nasty, backstabbing, manipulative behavior, the illusions, I wanted the tower of that to come crumbling down. I wanted it to be destroyed. That does not mean I want these people to be destroyed. I don't want their lives to be destroyed. I want that tower of deception and manipulation. I want the tower of the moon, the illusions. I want the illusions to be destroyed. Okay. Now, this was a long time ago, but for some reason, I feel like I'm being called to speak on it. Because that is a pretty big, look, the two, what is white magic and black magic? There's a fine line between the two, and it's about intention. There's a fine line, okay? That, what I did was not black magic. It was, if anything, it was for the good of everyone, to stop the lies, the illusions, and the manipulation, the things that are done in the dark, everything that's done in the dark, the tower of lies, I wanted to come down, okay? So that was not about harming anyone. I didn't want people's lives to be destroyed. I didn't want anyone to, have any kind of damage. I didn't want to destroy someone else. The destruction was in the tower of lies and illusions that have been built with these people, with their words, with the things that they had said, or things that they had done, secrets that they had kept, okay? So again, it's a fine, fine line. And I had to go off camera really quick and ask the spirit, like, do you really want me to say this? Like, do you really want me to talk about this? And judgment came out. So for me, that was my instruction. Yes, talk about it, because there's a fine line here between good and bad, white magic, black magic. There's a fine line, and it's all about the intention, okay? And like I said, to outsiders' perspective, if someone walks in on that, all they see is a pile of whatever, okay, of like wooden skewer sticks that have like been pressed into each other. Everything is like cracked on top of each other, and there's like things flying around in there. What's it gonna look like? I get it. It looks weird, okay, but what was the intention behind that? It had nothing to do with the names of the people. It had everything to do with the deception and the lies and the gossip and the manipulation that these people had created that had to be destroyed. Not the people, but the lies. Okay? So for some reason, that's important. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything when it comes to that? No. Queen of Swords. No, I didn't miss anything. That's the truth right there. Okay, the Queen of Swords. The truth about someone's plans, the truth about someone's intentions, the truth about what someone wants for the future, okay? The Two of Swords in reverse. Now something can be seen clearly, hopefully. How about the Queen of Swords comes out again, but this time in reverse, okay? Lies, manipulation, deception, something about a Queen of Wands, okay? Or what someone was working on here, what somebody made, what someone created. So again, I don't know, look, an offering. And that again is like giving me, what I just said about Santa Claus. So I don't know if one of you guys has done something not like, obviously you're not going to have done something like me, okay? Everybody's magic is personal, and what you do is what you do. But maybe you've done something along the lines of that, where you've also given some sort of an offering to your ancestors as a thank you for helping in destroying lies, manipulation, deception, illusion. Okay, something about what you made. Maybe you made something with your hands like I did, okay? So, I don't know. Something about the Queen of Wands though. So, anything else here? Something about this Queen of Cups keeps coming out. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Emperor. This has to do with a Queen of Cups and an Emperor. And a King of Wands. Aries energy. Okay. What about it? This has something to do with an offering because of someone not getting an inheritance? The fuck? See, this is where I feel like the intention is getting confused. It's like, you know exactly your intention behind something, but someone is trying to say you did it out of malice. You did it out of evil intent. You did it out of revenge. You did it to hurt someone. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Swords. Here's the truth. Here's the truth, okay? Look at the sun at the bottom too. Yeah, here's the truth. Maybe someone also in the collective, you need a tower of lies, deception, manipulation, illusion to come crumbling down, okay? And honestly, that's a good thing. People shouldn't be able to lie and deceive and backstab and then get away with it. If you're asking the spirit world for help with that, that's not a bad thing. That's not black magic. Because honestly, if people stop lying and creating illusions and manipulating people and creating a whole false reality, then the world would be a better place. Has nothing to do with destruction of lives, okay? Just false realities, if anything. So, okay. Let's see, why is the devil here? The star in reverse, a fallen angel. What the fuck? I mean, really, like, get a grip. Someone here is like trying to say, what, you're praying to fallen angels? You're praying to demons? The Eight of Wands, yeah, you're a Satanist. What the fuck? Get out of here. You're a judgment in reverse. They're judging you. So someone here is judging you and trying to say that you're like a Satanist, you're a devil worshiper, you work with demons and the devil or what. Again, this is so kindergarten to me, okay? Because anybody that has like some level of knowledge when it comes to the esoteric, when it comes to magic, when it comes to the occult, this is so stupid to me. I can't even really go in on it because it's just stupid to me. I can tell that someone here is like, oh, you're a demon worshiper, you're the devil because you gave Santa Claus milk and cookies on Christmas. You're evil, you're the devil. You want lies, deception, manipulation, and illusion to stop and come crumbling down. You want this house of lies to come apart and be destroyed. You're the devil. What? I can't even take this argument seriously. It's so stupid to me. Do these people even know what a demon worshiper looks like? Go fucking read a book. Whoever this person is, learn the difference in black magic and white magic. Not all witches are the same. I don't know. It's about intention, okay? What else do we need to know about these judgmental people calling someone in the collective, calling someone's magic demonic and evil? The Three of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles. This has to do with bad memories of the past. What is this, like a recording device? The Hermit in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. The truth about what? A recording device, a microphone in the wall socket, or what is this? A Queen of Pentacles having a great idea. Okay, so we have a Queen of Pentacles here. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse that found out about you doing some sort of a ritual and they had a great idea. Oh, they're a demon worshiper. They're the devil. They're the devil. Right, okay, so what's this? Hermit in reverse. Someone's just been unmasked. Mask in reverse. Somebody cannot hide. Somebody cannot pretend. Somebody cannot personify and delude anymore. That's what this, you could have done a ritual exactly like this. Someone here could have done a ritual or a prayer exactly like this. Unmask them. Unmask them. That's why I feel like I'm being called to talk about mine that I did back then. It was about unmasking certain people. Unmask these people, please. Spirits, help me unmask them. Help me expose their true face, because there's a whole tower built on bullshit, lies, and illusions, manipulation. Help me unmask these people. Take their mask off. It has nothing to do with destroying someone's life. Like, let's be serious here for a second. The collective is not out to destroy people, hurt people, ruin people's lives. It's about unmasking them. Show the world the real you and destroy this tower of insanity. Okay? This delusion that they've created here. This pretending, this personifying, this masking. It's the unmasking going on, if anything. That's the only thing collective wants. Unmask these people. You're not the devil. You're not the demon in this. What you want is help in unmasking the actual demons, walking around lying to everyone. Okay? Creating false narratives, false realities to everyone. That's all you want. That's all you ask for. Right? Healthy choices. Yes, collective makes healthy choices. Healthy choices in love and in life. Being happier. Healthy choice. It didn't come out in reverse. You made the choice. Someone here made the healthy choice to ask to unmask a bunch of fake people and their bullshit and their lies. That's it. That is all. Okay? Yeah, so what's the Wheel of Fortune? The Two of Pentacles. There's a very fine line. This keeps giving me white magic and black magic. What is white magic? What is black magic? I understand there's a very fine line, but this needs to be understood. That even when something, okay, you can tell if something is black magic. You can tell. There are certain rituals that are done by very, very evil people, and when you see it, you will know that is black magic 100%. Okay? White magic is a little bit more, it's complicated in, I'll say in this day and age, because most people, especially judgmental people that have been disconnected from their own ancestry and heritage, they see things and they automatically assume it's evil, right? So again, giving an offering. What makes it black magic? What makes it white magic? What makes it a sacrifice? What makes it an offering? Okay, so let's take Santa Claus. You know Santa Claus is coming by to bring you presents. You will leave out a glass of milk and some cookies. That's an offering, okay? You go to, look, Santa Claus wouldn't even come to your fucking house if you were doing an actual sacrifice, okay? That's number one. You would be getting his brother there, the one that carries the rocks around in his, what's it called? You know that the one that I mean, right? The one that allegedly comes to naughty kids. I don't even really want to get into that topic because it's so dark and nasty, and I don't even want to talk about what it requires because it's very demonic. Just look it up. Really. There's a fine line here, and it's like whoever these people are, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or if they're just stupid, right? To me, honestly, very obvious, these people are absolutely ignorant. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They probably do a lot of black magic. They just don't even realize they're doing it. Okay, lying, manipulating, twisting the truth, that's all black magic. Okay, so they do this every single day. They just, they think, I don't know what they think, what they're doing there. Okay, but I don't know if they're purposely stupid, okay, or if they're stupid, or if they're doing it on purpose, where they know full well you're not doing anything malicious, but they want to make it look like you are. Okay, so it's kind of like, why do people throw money into a fountain? What do you think that is? What do you think that practice is? Throwing money into a fountain. What do you think that is? And you make a wish. What do you think that is? You're giving something to receive. What do you think you're doing there? If you throw money into a fountain of water, you are giving an offering, and then you make a wish and you hope that it comes true. What do you think you're doing there? That's magic. That is literally magic that you just did. That's literally witchcraft. Some people do this stuff every single day. They don't even realize that they're doing it. Okay? That's just an example here, right? Are we going to start saying, okay, so you threw money into the fountain. You gave Santa Claus milk and cookies on Christmas Eve because you want to receive something good in return. Are we going to start saying, oh, that's evil, that's demonic? These are traditions that have held for thousands of years. People don't even realize what you're doing there. Okay, so if you in the collective are doing this in your own four walls, you're giving an offering to your spirits as food or as something tangible, like money, like a gift. That is not a sacrifice. That is not a sacrifice. That's an offering. That's a different thing. Okay, so that's number one. What's the difference between an offering and a sacrifice? Someone needs to start there, because whoever this stupid, ignorant person is, they're confusing something here. Okay, big time, big time. The other thing is, what is the intention behind what you're doing? What are you asking for? What are you asking the spiritual world for? Okay. So, someone here needs to realize, what is white magic? What is black magic? What does it entail? Okay. And yes, there's a fine line in between it, but there's something here that's like, they're twisting it. Someone here is deliberately trying to twist something around. Okay, really, like really. It's not the same thing. 7 of Wands. Something about destruction. Destruction. Again, if we're asking for destruction of lies, we're asking for destruction of illusions, of people's masks that they're wearing, of the lies, the gossip, the illusions that they're telling, the manipulation. If we're asking for these things to be destroyed, doesn't that help everyone? Doesn't that help everyone in the collective? When the lies and the illusions get destroyed, you're not asking for the destruction of someone else's life. You're not asking for the destruction of their family or their love life or their whatever the fuck. That's not the same thing. It's giving me it's the Tower. Because it's a natural part of life. It's a natural part of life that things get destroyed. Okay? Things do get destroyed. Now, what is being destroyed? What is being destroyed here? What did you ask for? Not all destruction is bad. Not all destruction is evil. I mean, there's like, let's say there's a PDF file crime ring going on. You want that destroyed, don't you? Isn't that evil? So are you a bad person when you ask for things like that to be destroyed? Are you a bad person when you ask for systems to be destroyed that are built on corruption and lies? Does it automatically make you a bad person when you ask for things to be destroyed? Or is it about what are you asking for? What is it that needs to be destroyed? It's not the destruction that is evil. It's what is supposed to be destroyed. What are you asking for? It's the intention. Okay? And just because someone's name is on the list, that doesn't automatically mean that you are asking for this person to be destroyed. Their life, their livelihood, their family, their relationships. You're not asking for that to be destroyed. But if this person is involved in lies, illusions, manipulation, gaslighting, and you're not asking for this person, but for the haze around them, the illusion they're creating, the lies they're spewing, the deception they're creating, that is the target of the destruction. Is that really bad? Is that something evil? Is that evil for that to be destroyed? So people have to be honest, so people have to come clean, so people have to start doing the right thing, start speaking the truth, stop lying, stop creating false realities. Is that bad to ask for that to be destroyed? I'd love to hear your guys' commentary in the comments, what you think about that. I understand there's a fine line between good and bad. There is. There's a fine line between good white magic and black magic. But it comes down to the intention and what someone is asking for. Of course, if you are asking to harm other people and destroy other people and break down other people, that is evil. That is black magic. Okay, you're asking for harm to be done to other people. But if you want the illusion, the lies, the manipulation, and that whole devil energy to be destroyed, then that for me is for the good of everyone. Because if these illusions start falling and people start seeing these people for who they truly are, start seeing through the lies, the gossip, the manipulation, start seeing things for what it really is, start seeing people for who they really are, then there's a level of accountability that has to be taken. Okay? Then people are going to start seeing through the veil. And that to me is a good thing. It helps everyone. It helps everyone involved when people cannot lie anymore, okay? And create this haze anymore. That's for the good of everyone, right? And it would even be good for them to get caught up. So they have to start taking accountability for what they've done. They can't live like this. They can't just keep creating this tower and build this house bigger, 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 right? At some point it needs to come down. The Page of Swords in reverse. The Two of Swords. It's their tongue. It's the lies. The Page of Swords in reverse is someone that lies. They tell mistruths. They create confusion. They gossip. They just lie. And the Two of Swords is creating confusion. These people are creating confusion with their lies, illusions with their lies, mistruths. Nobody knows what to think. Nobody knows what to do. That is what someone in the collective doesn't want anymore. Start telling the fucking truth, man. Okay? It's a whole tower built on unclarity, illusion. Nobody knows what the truth is because people are using their tongue to lie. Using their tongue to lie. Okay? The Magician. The Magician and the Offering. Yeah. The Magician and their offering. So why did the Magician make an offering? To get people to stop fucking lying. That's why. To get people to... Why the Tower? It's a tower of lies. Why did the Magician make this offering? Why did the Magician create this ritual? Why did you do that? Why did you do this? because there's a tower built on lies. Certain people are involved in creating this house of lies, a whole tower of illusion, deception, not knowing what to think, false realities, confusing people with a mask on. That's what needs to be destroyed. That is what needs to be destroyed. Okay? That's what needs to be destroyed, is this tower of lies. That's it. It's not evil. It's not black magic either. It isn't. Something about this offering, yo. The Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. Oh man, it's because, okay, again, Two of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. Something was not a fucking sacrifice. How many more times do I need to explain this? It's not a sacrifice. It's an offering. Okay. Someone threw a coin in the wishing well. It's not a sacrifice. It's an offering. Do you get it? Does someone get it now? There's a difference. Please tell me you get it. Eight of Cups in reverse. My God. Oh. Why is Judgment here? Do you get it now? Does someone get this now? Yes, that's the message. Okay, that's the message, guys. That's the message. I hope this helps. Okay, again, look at this. What's at the bottom? Seven of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I hope this helps, guys. Okay. If you belong to the persecuted few, get in line. It's been going this way for ages. Okay. Really, for ages. You want to heal. You want to help. You consider yourself a healer. You consider yourself an oracle. You consider yourself a medium. You consider yourself doing, God's work, wanting to help uplift, wanting to get rid of these deceptive, masked energies. People that manipulate, lie. You want to be a part of unmasking these people, unmasking the manipulation, and still you're the one that gets persecuted. You're the one that gets labeled as evil because you're unmasking these people. You get it? These people, this is so classic. The same people that you're asking and petitioning your ancestors to expose, to unmask, to destroy the illusions, to destroy the lies they have built. These same people are the ones turning around saying, what you're doing is demonic and evil. Why are they so threatened by you asking and making an offering? Why are they so threatened by that? If they didn't feel attacked, why are they so worried about them being unmasked, or that's what you're praying about, or that's what you're asking for? Why are they so gung-ho on making you look like you're this evil, devil worshiping demon? Why don't they just call you a quack and move on? Why are they going so fucking hard that this is what you're asking for, this is what you're praying for, that you want justice? Okay. I hope this helps, guys. Let's see maybe who's involved in this. I want to see. I don't know. I don't think I have all my cards. They got lost somewhere in the other deck, so unfortunately I can't do my zodiac cards, but hope this helps, guys. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Until next time.